Hi everyone, we're This, That, and the Third. I'm Vanessa.
I'm Gracie.
I'm Danny.
And we're three friends that talk about random topics that come out of this magical box. So today's my turn to pick out the topic.
Get it.
Oh, I picked out two. Oh,
Pick the right one.
Yeah.
I know. Which one? Vote.
What if
Right
we choose
hand?
opposite ones?
Then I'll be the tiebreaker.
Well, then you should have just chosen.
No fun.
I picked this one.
I picked right hand, but she picked it after I already picked right hand, so she's just trying to be contrarian.
And now she just picked left, so it didn't really
I picked
matter.
my right hand. What are you talking about? I just picked it out of this
Oh,
hand.
I thought you picked that one.
Does jealousy have value in driving humans to improve themselves, or is it a purely negative emotion?
Say that one more time to me. I
Yeah.
need to process
Does
it.
jealousy have value in driving humans to improve themselves, or is it a purely negative emotion?
I feel like it's the
I
first
should
one.
have picked the other topic.
I think it's...
See?
I like this one. I thought we
kidding.
all agreed to all of the topics
kidding.
already.
We did.
I'm kidding. Just
Vanessa's-
giving everyone a hard time.
Vanessa's just being contrarian.
You know. Okay, well, let me keep it out. Yes and no.
I personally think jealousy is negative. I think friendly competition is healthy, but once it comes when it becomes
Well,
pure jealousy,
like
I
you
don't
have
know.
hate for the person
Yeah.
or thing.
I feel like that's not. I don't know. I mean, it depends on how you think jealousy is, right?
I was gonna say, and
Yeah.
How do you? I think we should define jealousy first before we move on.
You want to look
what?
it up and just what's
No.
the difference between
No.
jealousy and envy?
No,
They're
no,
the
that's
same
not what
thing?
it is. But I think jealousy, just like what is happiness? I think that
Yeah,
jealousy is like an abstract concept. You know, I think they're different for everyone. You know, like I mean, there's been times where I've been like, "Oh, Vanessa, your ass looks so good. I'm so jealous." But that doesn't mean
Yeah.
I hate on your ass. It means like
But it
I
couldn't-
wish I have your ass. But
Yeah.
like it doesn't mean I'm happy for you and your ass.
That's what I was gonna say. I think
Yeah.
there's
and
like
now it makes me want a fat ass too.
no, I think there's a difference between like you can have a small healthy sense of jealousy in your little mind and your heart if you see like a girl on Instagram like, oh my god, I love her freaking body, and maybe somehow you turn that jealousy into motivation to go to the gym and like
Yeah,
achieve,
so then I think that
your
that could
dream
be
body.
positive. Yeah.
Now, I think where it becomes a negative emotion is that you're talking poorly about people because let's say they got a brand new car and you're like, yeah, well, it's not like you deserve that car. Like, she didn't work hard for that car. Like, someone gave her that car. Like, I think that's definitely a negative emotion.
But I feel
because
like
you're
that
coming
part's
from
not
a
jealousy
different-
anymore. I think that part's just you being petty now.
well, that's what I define as jealousy. Like a negative, like when you said like I love your fat ass, I'm jealous because I don't have an ass like yours, whatever. I mean, like I feel like that's just like a saying that's used. Like I don't really think you're jealous because for me, when I think of jealousy, it's that anger that's attached to it.
Well, I think it's a spectrum because I mean jealousy is literally in the word I'm
I
jealous.
think I agree.
So I think it's a spectrum.
Well, no, I know.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't know. I think personally for me, like instances of jealousy have definitely come attached with like anger and like negativity, just like hate.
Okay,
Like,
well, what about
I
this?
hate you because
What about
whatever reason.
What about FOMO then? What would you categorize that as? Like if you're feeling like you're missing out on something, you're jealous because already friends are together, but that doesn't mean you like hate your friends or that you're
Yeah, I
hating the
hate you guys
situation.
when you guys all hung out without me.
So you actually genuinely hate us for that?
Yeah, I'm like genuinely really mad about it.
Wow, then you are a petty green monster. Your
Well,
green skirt
yeah.
suits you. It looks right.
Well, that's why.
That's probably why you define it that way, is because that's what you have to live with.
I mean, when I've been jealous of a person or like I don't know, or like I don't know if a girl like is like likes your boyfriend or something, you're just like
Yeah.
fuck out of here. Like, but I wouldn't do anything to like sabotage that person like or anything like that. So I don't know. That's a tough one.
I feel like, to me, jealousy, like jealousy is a spectrum. I think that it can go bad just like how with everything else.
Like, it doesn't add value. I don't think it adds any value to anybody, but I
Right.
don't think it's...
I mean,
think
just-
it's a normal human emotion at the same time.
I mean, having a good work ethic, for example, that's good to a certain extent, but being a workaholic is not necessarily, good either. So I think just with everything else, everything in, everything just like in the right proportions. Like, so I think that in sometimes jealousy is just like, oh, you know what? Like, all of my friends, like, I don't know, all of my friends like live out of their house now or something, like, or, you know, have their own places, and, you know, they know where they want to be in life, and I'm jealous because I don't have that. It doesn't necessarily mean that I want your life or what you have, but I want that, like,
Better
security
for-
or that sure, you know, like that, like being sure about your you know, your future and what you want to be at. It doesn't mean that you want negative feelings, you know, you have negative feelings towards your friends, but it might make you be like, you know what, I'm gonna do that too for me. So
yeah,
I think
like
that it
make
could
you
be
try harder.
yeah,
like,
I think it could be positive. It could be
it
a
could
driving
I think
force.
it can
Well, that's
transition
why-
to positive, maybe.
Yeah, well, that's why I said, I think when I started off, it's like, I think jealousy for me is a different thing, but friendly competition, that's healthy.
But
Like,
that one wouldn't be
would-
competition.
I
That wouldn't
I
be
know, but
competition. That would just be you wanting to be where everybody else is at. It's not.
That's what I would.
It's not competing. Competing would be
I
you
know.
wanting to win. You competing
That's
would be
true.
you trying to beat other people.
That's
There is friendly competitions is good too, but like, or and what I said about FOMO, that's not necessarily competition. That's just like you miss your friends. You want to be with your friends too. You're jealous that they're all together.
That's true.
So I mean, what else would you categorize that as, other than jealousy? That's just my opinion.
All right, but see, that is an instance where I would agree that that is jealousy, and I am jealous of that night that you guys all hung out, or like all the nights that you guys
But
hung
you
out
think-
without me.
But do you think
Like,
it's
I
negative?
am genuinely mad about that. I don't.
I feel like
wanna hear
it means
about
that you love us and you wish you were with us. I don't think it's necessarily a negative, just like a negative
She
emotion.
wishes we were never together.
That's not what I said.
Wow, then you're just a really not.
I
nice
never
person.
said that. I never
she
said
wishes,
that.
She wishes that whole night didn't
No,
happen.
I wish that
When
I was
she
there.
wasn't
Why
here.
are you surprised at her? Where I never said those things.
Wow, Gracie, it's like I'm learning all of these.
I
things
never said that.
about you.
I'm saying, like, I
She
wish
told us
that
to
night
never do it
happened.
again. She told us to never do
I
it again.
said-
She told us never to talk
Well,
about it
we're
again.
not-
Yeah, I
Talk
don't
about
want to
that
talk
night.
about it anymore because
I think we need to like,
Okay, viewers, for a little bit of clarity,
because we're just
Gracie went to Seattle and
by her own choice.
Yeah, by her own choice, and left us at home. And also, if you guys don't know this about Gracie already, she hates being alone. She always wants to be with everybody else. So we hung out because she's not here. She can't be invited. We hung out, Vanessa and I and our other friend, and Gracie has never forgiven us. To this day, we're not allowed to mention. We hung out. We ended up hanging out for like 3 days straight. We like just kept spending the night
I was like,
together.
did we just keep spending the
Yeah,
night?
and I just kept on making food. And, like, we just kept on drinking. Anyway,
I knew I didn't like this topic. I'm kidding.
I'm just saying, well, Gracie has never forgiven us. Look at her face. To
I
this
wish we
day,
could
whenever
just
we talk about it,
do
she's like,
Zooms.
never again. Never
So, yeah,
again.
we're not allowed to talk about it, but
So maybe that is a negative emotion on her part, is what she's saying. I thought it was because she loves us, but I guess she just doesn't want us to be happy.
No.
No, I never said that. I never wished that night never happened. That was Vanessa. I never said those words. What I said was, I wish that night did happen. I just wish I was there.
See, because you love us. You just wanted to be there. It's not
No.
because you hate.
Because she missed out.
I thought that's where you were coming from.
I don't know where she's coming from
But
now.
Vanessa
I'm
says,
just hot.
Vanessa says, it's coming from a negative place. So I guess.
I'm just fucking with you. It's just funny.
Yeah, I don't know. For me, jealousy is like, that's once it gets to that point, then it's negative, and that's what I would count
Right,
as
it's
jealousy.
true. It definitely is.
Or like that movie, like Single White Female, where that girl is like super jealous of her roommate or whatever, and
She
like wants
copies
to
her?
be her,
You
does
told me that.
everything like her haircut, her clothes are exactly
She
the
did something
same.
to her boyfriend.
And then like like
Mhm.
she's so jealous of this girl that she basically becomes her.
like Lizzie McGuire, when that girl wanted to be Lizzie McGuire.
no, I
She's
don't
there.
know.
Do you guys never
I
watch
feel like
Lizzie
I
McGuire?
I did, but I
Andy,
don't
the
know.
7th grader or whatever, she wanted to be like Lizzie.
Oh,
And she loves oven fried chicken too.
Yes.
And then she's like, get out of my life!
Yeah.
You guys
Yes.
don't remember?
I don't remember
See,
that.
that's jealousy to me.
Oh.
I feel like to me,
Or-
well, to me, it's a spectrum, because I wouldn't know how to categorize those other feelings that are below that, like that are not to your caliber of jealousy yet, but are still like envious feelings.
I know, but that's okay. Then you're right. I don't know what to categorize that, but just for me, I wouldn't. like,
what would you call it?
I
Because
know.
literally you say, I'm so
Or,
jealous.
like-
That's like how would people would, that's what
I know.
people would say about it.
but like also people are like, I'm so funny. That's so funny. I'm dead. Like, but you're not literally dead. That's what
No,
it
it's
sounds
true,
like.
except, but the thing is, jealousy isn't hyperbolic. It literally means that you're jealous of something that they have. That you
I
wish
know,
you had
but,
it.
like-
That's literally what it means.
I know. It just think that it's just once it gets to that point for me, then it's actual jealousy. I think like that playing around, like, oh my god, you look so great. I'm jealous. Like, I don't think that that's real. Like, I don't know.
If
like,
you're doing
for
things-
me,
If you're talking, I guess if, I mean, yeah, I think it's a negative emotion. I think it's, but okay, here's how I'm just going to define it because I think this is all I can say about it. I
Yeah.
don't think it really adds value to anyone's life to be jealous. I don't really know. I think, like we already touched on, I think being, like, wanting what someone has and envying what someone has can, if depending on the person, you can transition you into wanting better for yourself and wanting to achieve the things that someone else you envy has achieved. However, depending on the context, whatever, like if it's with like friends or boyfriends or girlfriends or whatever, then yeah, it's a negative emotion, and you should probably learn to kick the habit.
That's
Yeah.
true. Well, for me,
Or,
I,
like-
oh, go ahead.
it's okay. Or like when Vanessa brought up earlier, like, if you meet this guy now, he's your boyfriend, and like I don't know, a person in his life that's liked him for a long time is jealous of you now because you're with this guy that she likes. Like, that's not healthy at all. Like, I don't know how that
Well,
would benefit
I think though,
her or you or like.
but I think it's like, well, okay, maybe that's a different emotion though too, because if that was the case, like if I liked somebody,
Mhm.
but they didn't like me, and now I'm jealous of the girl that he's with, I feel like it's only a negative emotion if I'm doing things to be like, she's not even that pretty, like, oh, you know, or like saying negative things about her to him, or just say like throwing low little blows. But if it's just like, damn, like that sucks, I wish I could be with you instead, like I wish you would have liked me, I don't
But
think
still,
that's a sad, like,
I was gonna ask, what if it's you don't do anything about it? What if you don't do anything about it, but like you're silently, quietly hating within yourself? I feel like that's
it's a
still
negative emotion then.
Right,
Yes.
like-
That's
Okay.
not good either.
Well, I was gonna
But you
say,
sometimes you can't really help that. I feel like that's a feeling sometimes
Yeah.
you can't help.
Right.
Like, oh man, that sucks. Like
But
you
that's
don't
what
like me
I'm-
back. Yeah.
Jealousy is just negative. I really don't think it does. It has no benefit, in my opinion.
yeah,
don't
I would
think
just
that-
say, like, honestly though, like I think well, I mean, I guess obviously we define jealousy differently. I think I am personally jealous often in other ways, and I feel like everybody is, like, in ways that, like, and for me, where I look at people and they're like, I wish I was happy like that. I wish I was, you know, like, and it makes me feel like maybe I should try to, like, find things that make me happy so that I could be more like that. Or, like, I like that person's positive outlook on things. I like that person's drive. I like that person, like, they didn't settle for anything but, like, the work that they believe in and, like, something that they look forward to every day. Like, I'm jealous of a lot of things like that all the time. So I feel like,
Yeah.
and I don't think that it's necessarily negative in the sense that I don't think it weighs on me. I don't sit here being like, you know,
Like every day.
right.
like-
And also I feel like it makes me think like, hey, like I want to be like that too. Like maybe I should find my own thing. Like, so that's just how
Yeah.
I look at it. So I feel like I know a lot of people that are like that all the time. So I feel like as a general thing, like I think everybody's, well, in my definition of jealousy, I think that a lot of people are frequently jealous and a lot of people
Yeah.
No, I totally agree. Like, I understand completely what you're saying, but for some reason in my brain, I just
don't categorize
don't
it as jealous.
categorize that. I don't know what I would call that. I don't, but I think maybe it's just you have your own self-awareness of like there's no point in like sulking or like getting angry at a different person because they have what you want, or like you don't do that. You're just like, oh, that person's doing great in life. Good for them. I
Yeah.
wish I had that. And then you like you don't sit there like, why me? Like, why is the universe not letting me do that? Why does she get perfect hair or whatever you're
Yeah.
Well,
jealous
I think
of.
the thing is,
Like-
the things that I'm jealous of are, I think, maybe a little bit more abstract. It's not necessarily like a specific thing. Like that, we both can be happy too. We don't have to have the same thing to be happy. We don't have to have our dream jobs are never going to be the same. But like you have your dream job, that doesn't mean it's suited to me. But like I
Right.
would want my dream job. You know, like
Yeah.
so. That's why I don't think that it's ever going to be like I'm coveting what that person wants, because what I'm jealous of is like their feeling of satisfaction that they have, not of
the
what the actual thing
the
that they
tangible
have.
thing.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, like, or when you're like, I wish that my parents, like, the love, I don't know, or something like that. You know what, there's some people that are like, I want love like the way that my parents are, you know, or whatever, like, or something like that.
Yeah.
And then you want that doesn't mean you want to marry your dad, you know, or whatever, right? Like,
Well, yeah.
I hope not.
Hope not.
Okay, well, what about, like, I mean, like, why don't we finish it off with, like,
Is there?
what's the, oh, you know, go. You're hot?
Yeah.
It's really hot.
Yeah, it's pretty hot.
Oh, I was gonna. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, do you want to finish it off with, like, what about, like, what's a time where you were really
That's what I was
jealous?
gonna say.
Yeah, what's a time where you were really jealous and it, like, really got out of hand and it, like, got really negative?
When they hung out without me.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
I
still
feel
really
like that's
upset
not
about
even
that.
the worst one. That can't be the worst. That's your worst one?
That's my worst one. I don't really get jealous in my own definition because of the way that I see it.
Like, of your
I
sister,
don't really
of
get
your...
jealous. No, not really.
I think that might have been like my only
something.
time, but like I don't want to talk about that bitch.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
like,
I mean...
whatever. No, I mean I have a sister.
Well, you don't have to if you don't want to.
No, I know.
I think
but
she
just,
was
like,
talking to me.
Oh.
Yeah, it was, yeah. Because, you know,
Because-
I don't know, like, or...
No,
or,
I mean, because I guess, like, if it was... My sister's, like, amazing. She's, like, the golden child. And I've never wanted to be just because, like, then my parents would pay more attention to me. And I want to do what I want to do, like, when I want to do it. And that's just kind of how I grew up. You know, my sister was, like, summa cum laude. Although, like, I am so ecstatically proud of her, I don't want that. I don't want to, like, work that hard in school, or I didn't want to. So, like, there are times, I guess, like, I'll see a picture and I'm like, that's a really cool tattoo. Like, I wish I had that, but I'm not like, ugh.
She got the
Right,
tattoo
yeah.
first.
It's her idea first. Now I can't do it, or like
Yeah.
whatever. I don't know. Like, I'll like and appreciate things. I don't know. I just don't think I'm only jealous that my friends hung out without me.
Yeah, I don't think I'm not a very jealous person, but I do know growing up there was definitely probably some jealousy between my sister and I just because she got more attention and she just got stuff and I had to, you know, just like things people would just say things like, oh, she's gonna be this, she's gonna be the star of the family, and then it's just kind of like shitty to hear that when you like work really hard.
How'd you
But-
handle that?
It was upsetting. I'm probably pretty sure I wrote about it in my diary a lot.
Oh, we'll find that update.
Well, that's a
Like,
good outlet.
But like
though.
I would
like,
definitely
that's your...
express like, dude, this sucks. Like I feel like I try so hard. I feel like I do so much, and it just no matter what I do, I didn't get credit. But at some point, you just get over it, you know. Like, I mean, once I got older and I realized, like, oh my god, like I became like such a great person because of all those things. And
Oh, yeah.
I'm not the best person in the world. Obviously, I make mistakes, but
I think you're
so it
pretty great.
sounds conceited. But like, no, I think the one thing I did get it was very character building. I think for me, and like.
Yeah.
It raised me to be this person where it's like, you know what, like, even like, and that's a thing with jealousy too. It's what other people are saying about other people in front of you. So it's like, for example, like if three of us are always hanging out, I'm like, Gracie, you're just so pretty. Like, you're just so pretty every day. Like, I mean, it's like, oh yeah, of course, but it's like if I was never saying it to Danny, like just at some point, would you be like, does this bitch not think I'm pretty too? Like,
No, I'd probably be like,
I mean,
it's pretty hard.
some people would though. Like,
It's enough for me. It's enough for
but
me.
every single day, like you'd be like, I know, I'm hot, I know.
I'd be like,
It's true.
yeah, she
Okay.
probably needs it more than I do because I tell myself
Well,
I'm pretty every day.
That's
Then
true.
we're
I
the
do
wrong
joke
group of
around.
friends.
No, I do joke around because you were like, oh my god, Danny, your lashes look so good. What the fuck happened to yours? Like, I'll joke around, like, okay, yeah, we get it. Everybody loves Danny, like, sure, like, she's the best. And so
She's the golden
I'm
child.
joking
I'm a
around
golden
about it,
child.
but, like, I've never really, like, Danny. Like, I go home, like, Danny.
She crosses her eyes out of
Yeah.
me.
Like,
The burn book.
she did it again.
Oh, that's funny.
I do remember particularly I was very jealous of my brother when I was younger because my parents were strict and I felt like they were kind of really sexist on a lot of things, as far as, like, 'cause my brother was younger than I was, and, like, a lot of things, like, either we would when I would be allowed to do things and he would be allowed to do them also, even though I had to wait.
Yep.
And in addition to that, there were some times where even though he was younger, he was allowed to do certain things or go out in certain ways
that you weren't allowed
that I wasn't allowed
yeah.
to. And my parents refused to just say because of the fact that it's because of the fact that he's a guy and I'm not. You know,
Yeah.
like why is it that he's, you know, I think it was more like, you know, like the whole thing with like hanging out with guys and like he was allowed to hang out with girls and like it was received differently. And well, they didn't say the thing about dating, but it was received differently also, like, or if he wants to just go off and do something like on his own or whatever, like he's gonna go drive out to like wherever, it's not the same thing. Like it's not
I feel like
received
that was the same for me too.
Yeah, it's not received the same if I did, and I was jealous of that, to be honest. Like,
that makes sense.
Just because, and I would even tell him, I would literally tell him, and he would laugh, and he would be like, "I know, like I don't."
Yeah,
get it.
you know what? It is when they know and they don't even try to help you.
And he goes, well, no, it's not that he doesn't try to help necessarily, but he goes, yeah, and then remember that, like he talks on it. He remembers other times where it happened that I didn't even address, and I'm like,
oh my
yeah,
God.
it's true, yeah, and he's like, yeah, no, I know.
That's good. I don't know. Do we wrap? Like, is there any moment that you or any person or situation in your life where you feel like you're jealous of, or how do you think it makes? Am I even wording that correctly? Shit.
No, I think so.
No,
like,
that's fine.
Yeah.
How like. You guys can let us know in the comments below.
How do you feel? Is jealousy just a negative emotion? Do you think that it drives people? Do you think that it has a positive effect? I mean, we know it's natural for sure, but I mean, what would be the other sides of the coin? Like, what would be the positive aspect of it and the negative aspect?
Yeah, let us know, and then also you guys can hit the subscribe button.
Please
sub us if you love us, and then
I like that.
You can hit the little bell too, so you'll get notifications whenever we upload a new video, and follow us on Instagram.
Yeah, and feel free to leave us comments suggesting new topics. We absolutely love that. We've included them in the past. And
great. Yeah. And in our last video, we ended with the question, which one of us would probably get hit by a bus, or no, a car?
More likely to get hit by a car.
More likely to get hit by a car. So
we filmed our answers last time we were all together, and I'm going to splice that in right now after this.
See it happen right now.
Okay, so the name that I put in the box is Danny. I think Danny would most likely get run over by a car because she has 4 cats. She loves her cats more than anything in the world. If one of them goes running off into the street, she's 100% chasing after them, whether there is a car or not. She would push her cat out of the way, and she would get run over by a car for sure.
Okay. Yeah, I really don't know. Maybe me. I don't exactly know why. I think it could be me just because sometimes I get like a little in my own head and I don't really look around my surroundings. But then I think it could also be Vanessa because I think she does the same thing. And I feel like I pulled her away from like somebody walking towards her like a few times. I think maybe it could also be Gracie because I don't know, she's very small and easy to overlook, but then again so am I, so I really don't know. Sorry.
So it's honestly probably me because I don't pay attention to anything, but if it wasn't me, it's definitely this person because I feel like it would just be like a freak accident, like not even like on purpose. So yes,